you don't know about the plan that God has, yes, call a friend.
Let's go into the bloody thing.
So, you know, the Bible teaches us that God has a plan. And I want to read you a verse that is found in Jeremiah 29:11. And it says simply this, and that's God speaking. For I know the plans that I have for you. So if you have ever wondered if actually God has a plan for your life, well, that's your answer. God has a plan for your life. I have plans, declares the Lord, to prosper you and not to harm you. I have plans to give you hope and a future.
Amazing people, we are running between Melbourne and we find a very special man. Armando is a pastor, but he's not just a pastor that is telling you the history. He's someone that is moving souls. But it's incredible because he's connecting a lot with men. You have to look this thing. A lot of people playing pool. We had a barbecue. We have a very nice experience. And we have something that is really amazing because he wrote this book. It's incredible. Armando, thank you so much for you guys. I'm so confident you are a pastor, so I'll be your mister. Please tell us a little bit first about you, your background, because more of the people don't know where you're from.
Well, I am Italian. I was born in Italy, grew up in Germany, traveled throughout Europe. I lived in Belgium, worked in Holland. And 13 years ago, we came here to Australia to actually serve people. God put it on our hearts to move, and here we are. And I have been pastoring. I have been in corporate for many years as well. And I'm writing books, as you can see. I speak many languages, you know, Spanish, French, Italian, German, and some more.
Well, I will request that phrases in different language because I'm sure we can connect with a lot of people. But before we go on, tell us a little bit about this book because I can be on part of the presentation, and I really think it's very important and interesting for us to know about it, to know what is going on, to know what will happen, and what it's about.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you love books, you should buy this book. Why? Because it will improve your life. What is this book about? It is actually my life story. It's my life story. It's a lot of things that I lived through, a lots of life lessons I learned, how I overcame them, and always by having God on my side. And so I know that this book will encourage your viewers, will encourage the people that read it, because it is a tool to help them live a better life.
I think that's the main point of a book. If you can share and do things and make some brightness on the way of thinking for the people, because the main point I think is connection. Is find a way to connect. In this case, so many people will connect with the Word of God through your experience. So I'm sure this will be so useful. So many. I shouldn't say that, but so many teachers should send that like a assignment in the school because living their own history is living what someone that is now available to. If I read your book and later on come to ask you, is this true? What happened will be amazing for someone that is just.
And look, we are made for connections. We are made for relationship. And throughout my life, I have many, many connection points. And what helped me always, it's always people. You help people because you are a person. And so that connection point, you cannot diminish it. And you will see that throughout my stories in my book, you know, that you can buy on Amazon, on Koorong. You just type in "Kill the Second Man" from myself, and people can buy it. And I know that the lessons that I went through from a kid, you know, I started when I was very young. So my whole story goes from when I was born up to when I got married. And there are a lot of years in between. So I really hope that this will help your viewers, listeners around the world.
I'm sure of that. So I encourage you all to have this book. Look at Amazon. Maybe they can have in Kindle. Please share with us some messages because you really have the power of the word.
Yeah.
You are connected.
Yeah.
But I would like to throw some messages in different languages.
Yes.
So we can connect with a lot of people.
Bon, on va commencer en français alors. Je voulais tout simplement vous dire que Dieu vous aime et qu'il a un plan pour votre vie. La seule chose que vous devrez faire, c'est de la découvrir. In italiano sarebbe quasi la stessa cosa. Dio ha un piano per la vostra vita e vorrebbe che voi lo scopriste. Lui vorrebbe che voi avete una relazione con Lui e vedrete che vivere con Dio si vivrà meglio. Das Ganze können wir auch auf Deutsch machen. Auf Deutsch, in German, Gott liebt dich und Gott will dich mit ihm haben, so dass du ein besseres Leben leben kannst. Gott ist die Lösung von unseren Problemen. Gott ist die Lösung von unserem Life-System. Vale, entonces vamos a terminar con el español. Dios es amor. Es un versetto de la Biblia que nos dice que Dios es amor. Y la mejor cosa que podemos hacer de nuestra vida es de encontrar a Dios, es de descubrir el plano de Dios por mi vida, por tu vida. Y entonces una vez que hacemos eso, vamos a descubrir que Dios es gracioso y que Dios es amor. Ya está.
Maravilloso, muchísimas gracias. Muchas gracias. Los invitamos a todos. Revisen el libro, véanlo. We invite you, read this book. It's really important. You can share with all the family and the community.
That's it.
See you next time. Jimmy Lira for Channel 01. Entre todos.
But the bigger your relationship is with God, then easier it will get. And God has promised in His Word. Jesus said, I'm not going to leave you alone, but I will be with you every single day. We just simply don't realize it sometimes that He is with us every single day. But in reality, He is. Why? Because He cares. He cares about you. He cares about your worries. He cares about your family. He cares about your job. He cares about your girlfriend. He cares about all of the aspects of your life. Question is, will you let Him in? Will you say, all right, God, if you love me that much, I want to start a relationship with you. And that's exactly what I did. And I followed His plan. You see, the reality of it all is that if you and I don't accept God's plan, God will simply allow you to live your life. Question is, do we know where our plan will bring us to? I don't think any one of us knows. But if we embrace God's plan, we will know exactly where we will end up. With Him and for Him. So the choice, my friend, is ours. We are the one who need to decide what we want to do. I did it at the age of 18. Other people did it at the age of 20, 30, 40, 60, 80. It's never too late. It is never too late. So the question that led me to write this book is, what is it that can stop God's plan for your life? Well, it's very easy. It's the second man. Who is the second man? Well, the second man is what sits on the inside of us. The second man is the one who rebels against God. The second man is what leads us away from God instead of towards God. Our human nature is the second man. You see, the Bible teaches us that unfortunately we were born into sin, and so we have incorporated that nature in us. But God says, hey, don't worry, I have a plan to pull you out of it. But it's a lifetime's work.